The gas that we are producing here, the methane gas, is truly a biogas. So we are not using any fossil sources for the gas that is being injected into the gas grid. And yeah, we are reducing really the amount of methane that is coming from the fossil sources, from fracking or from other sources indeed. And this is all biologically made biogas. The CO2 content in the atmosphere is rising, but it should really be reduced. And our organisms in the bioreactor, they are consuming CO2 and turning it into a valuable gas, which is the methane, which can then be used for mobility, for heating at any place, basically, where there is a gas grid, where there is access to the gas grid, where we are providing the methane that these organisms here are making.
I think we have two really interesting potentials for the technology. The first is what we originally designed it for, which was to be able to store large amounts of energy in the gas grid, which is really the biggest battery that we have already built. But it turns out that there's a large amount of interest in this technology for also being able to recycle and store carbon as a combustion fuel that can be used clean, essentially replacing fossil fuels with a renewable energy and making use of all the infrastructure that we have available to us for combustion.
The amount of carbon dioxide emitted per unit of energy produced with gas is around half of that used for coal. So it's kind of, it's not the end goal fuel, but it's somewhere in between. And gas, it's used a lot today, and getting away from that takes a long time. It can play an important role, especially because you can increase the power output from electricity very rapidly using gas, which can help you in balancing intermittent supply from variable renewables. So whilst in the longer term we'd expect the role to decline, I think there will be some role for some time to come.
if you are using only energy that's renewable to refuel the carbon cycle, if you will, you can actually draw carbon dioxide out of the atmosphere, and you could reduce the amount of CO2 that's available and still use combustible technologies, because you wouldn't be releasing any gas, and many of the products that you can make by pulling carbon out of the atmosphere are durable, like concrete and aggregates and plastics and things of that nature, that you can end up storing carbon for very, very long terms of time.